how and when the college made the decision to start the Equestrian Center.
Well, this was back in 2004, and I'm going to hand it over to Randy because it was Randy's idea that we, had the Equestrian Center. So, Randy?
I graduated from Albion in 2003, and my senior honors thesis was the idea for having an equestrian center and an equestrian program at Albion. And when I graduated and got a job elsewhere, I was working in downtown Jackson. Our former president, Dr. Peter Mitchell, was speaking with Nancy Held, who is our benefactor for this center, and fundraising actually for our science center. And she said, science is okay, what else do you have? And he said, well, there's this horse thing. She said, I like horses, tell me more. And so she donated the money, as well as Jean Laughlin, who's a very dear friend of my family and is also an Albion alum. And they donated, we had $1 million of startup money, and in 2004 we constructed this facility and George came to run it. Here we are.
I love that this horse thing has turned into this incredible internationally and certainly nationally known facility. That's incredible. Tell me, George, about a bit of your history in the field. We noticed the accent, and you at home noticed the accent. Where are you from originally, and how did you end up here in Albion and settling?
Well, originally from Scotland, but I'm an educated Scot. I don't have a Scottish accent. I've traveled around the world with my parents. My father was a military man, and I was in the military as well. So we traveled around. Before I actually came to the United States, I was in Turkey, building a facility there, a big competition facility for 300 horses. There we held international competitions such as the Volvo World Cup, the Samson International, and show jumping and dressage. But I always wanted to come to the United States, so I had the opportunity to come here and started down south in Savannah, Georgia, then moved to Massachusetts, and then finally to Albion, Michigan.
How have the grounds changed here since the initial planning stages? I mean, I imagine things have been added, 2004 didn't just all of a sudden look incredible like it does now.
No, one of the things we did was we designed it in a manner that we could build it in phases. So as the first phase was more sustainable, then we would develop another stage. So in 2004 we built 30 stables and the indoor arena, which was a lot smaller than it is now. It measured 100 by 216. We had the outdoor arena, we had some paddocks and the show arena, the grass one. And then due to the fact that we kept getting more and more horses here through new students, that in 2006, we actually converted this building again and added 8 more stables, so we had 38 in here. By the end of 2006, for the 2007, we had actually filled this building and we needed to expand again. So with the approval of the Board of Trustees and the administration, we then doubled the size and added another 41 stables. The indoor arena then grew from 100 by 216. We had another 184 feet, so it's 100 by 400 now.
When we say that our arena is 100 by 400, that's our riding space. And yeah, it's one of the largest collegiate indoor arenas in the United States.
Now we added a viewing gallery that seats 250 people, 2 computerized horse walkers, and another 40-odd paddocks to the facility. And that's where we stand now. And there is also future plans. In 2009, we added 2 tent pads for horse shows. Each of these tent pads will accommodate big, huge, like circus tents that will house 100 horses each. So we're growing to the show side of things as well.
That's incredible. So, in other words, this certainly isn't the end of the growth here. There's more to come.
No, I don't think so. I think, but everything has to be built in a manner that is sustainable, that is working, and then we can move on to the next stage.
Tell me a bit about, you spoke about the variety of riding styles you've worked with in the past. What do you guys work with here, and does it encompass all the varieties that you've worked with in the past?
Yeah, our main focus is here. We do dressage, show jumping, the hunt seat, and the jumpers. We also have stock seat. However, we don't hold the stock seat training here. We have our coach, which is Denise Weber in Marshall. She has her own private facility, And so she's our stock seek trainer, and our students from Albion go to her for the tuition and competition.
The programs are nationally and internationally recognized now. So how far do the teams here at the college travel to compete? I was reading online some of the blogs, which is another way to get connected with the program. But how far do they travel to compete, and are there any bragging rights that you guys have right now?
Well, we go all over, really.
Okay.
Our collegiate teams compete primarily within the state of Michigan, northern Ohio, and then we actually go to Canada. There are a couple of Canadian teams that are in our region, because the collegiate league is broken up into a region. And we also compete against the big schools. I mean, MSU, University of Michigan. So little Albion is in there holding our own with those big schools. But then students who compete on their own also go, we have a student that goes to Georgia in the south because she's doing combined training, and so she goes down there. We take students and go, like for instance last weekend, to a show in Kentucky, Illinois, Ohio, Indiana, I mean really all over the place, wherever the shows are. Because the collegiate teams, just the team travels, we don't take horses.
Okay.
Because that's based on the draw system. When we go to shows like in Kentucky, students are either borrowing our school horses or taking their own horses, so we are hauling horses. So there's a lot of different types of competing that we do.
So what are some other ways that they might be able to get involved with what's going on here?
I mean, the community has a lot of options, not just certainly attending the shows because that's free and it's readily available, but community riding lessons. We do have 16 of our own school horses, and so you don't need to own a horse to take up riding. Can certainly do riding lessons. In the spring, our equestrian club, the college has an equestrian club, will hold our community open house. It's called Giddy Up. And basically our students will kind of have some demonstration areas, you know, where you can meet a horse, you can learn about saddling. It's great for the kids, but the parents love it as well. So we will be advertising that in the community and letting people know when that's going to happen.
Tell me a little bit more about these events. Are they open to the community to come and watch and enjoy?
Yeah, absolutely. We try and have a 2-day jumper show the first weekend of every month. We have riders that come from Illinois, Ohio, Indiana that come and compete here. But this is open to the public. One of the things that we do have is some good seating. It's nice and warm, they're heated. And more importantly, we have good food here. We have Mancinos from Jackson who come and do all the catering for us.
That's awesome.
You know, there's nothing like good food and a good show.
We do a lot of tours for different groups, for obviously prospective students, because this is a big recruitment draw. I think it's just fun every time you have a new group come in and they see the place and you just watch them all go, whoa. You know, this wasn't what they were expecting, it's better than they were expecting, and they get excited, and so that's fun every single time.
Yeah, well, I know that I did that, and I was here for 4 years, and occasionally I worked outside in grounds and things like that, but when I saw it, you gave me the tour, I went, whoa,
Exactly.
and that's something that hopefully community members will have
Yeah.
a chance to do too.
And we welcome them. I mean, we do a lot of tours, and we have preschools come here and do tours. We have high schools come here, and senior citizens. Sometimes we had a tour from Ohio last year that were on one of these mystery tours, and the tour was here at the Equestrian Center. So
That's
they drove
cool.
up from Ohio. We had 2 coach loads of senior citizens here. I had a great time with them because they're a lot of fun to be with. They were in awe here, and they can tell all their old stories about when they rode and that, which is always fun. So we welcome doing tours. Obviously, we like people to, you know, let us know that they're coming, and we're more than happy to accommodate anybody who comes here for a tour, because it's important that they see and understand what we do here, rather than just go, well, that's a pretty place.